What did your parents do for a living?
Um, my dad is unemployed, but my mom she worked for she got her own business doing like court transcription.
Did they want you to follow any of their footsteps or fields?
No, she ain't really pushing me to do that shit.
What was their reaction when you didn't go that route and you go the music route, the music avenue?
She really supported me the whole time. Like even still, like she do a lot of stuff for me. Like when it come to music, like she got me my when I first was dealing with contracts and stuff. She got me my first lawyers and stuff like that.
Was your father supportive?
Um, yeah, but I don't really talk to him too much like that.
Why not?
Um, it's just I don't know. Like we just grew apart when I started getting older.
What age?
Probably like 16, 17.
What caused that?
Um, it's just I remember one time we was arguing about something, and then after that, like I just stopped like communicating with him uh, as much.
Your parents, they're together or separate?
Now they've been separate since as long as I can remember.
Were they ever married?
Nah.
Now, in the American society, financially, how would you describe your upbringing?
Um, I say it was pretty like middle class. Like yeah, like middle class, lower middle class.
Now, was your household able to move up to a higher income group, higher class at some point? Or did it just stay lower middle class or middle class?
No, I just stayed like that pretty much.
And to be specific, just for a little more clarity, was it lower middle class throughout or was it middle class?
Um, Probably like in the beginning of my like earlier on in my life, like lower middle class, but then as I got older, like high school and stuff, like middle class.
And what do you think got it to bump up?
Um, Shit, pretty much my mom just working.
What age were you when you sought to earn money yourself?
Um, I really probably like the end of high school, like 11th, 12th grade, when I started really trying to get money on my own.
Ever got a job?
Yeah, I had a job after I graduated. I had a job at a state park, Green Lake State Park. And I used to just go around cleaning up trash and stuff like that.
How were you introduced to that job?
Uh, One of my mom boyfriend had a like supervisor job there.
And how long did you end up working there for?
Um, like 2 years.
Now, would you guys work together? Your mother's
Nah,
boyfriend and you, or he just got you the job and you were in a different department, or you would never be in the same
nah,
area as him?
he was like a supervisor. So I used to work with like other I worked maintenance, so I was like working with other maintenance workers.
Was this a tough job?
Nah, it was easy.
Was it a dangerous job at all?
Nah,
What was the best thing about this job, if any?
shit. It was just how easy it was. You got to just clean up trash, and then in the meantime, when you wasn't cleaning up trash, and when it was when there wasn't nothing to clean up, you would just be able to just sneak off, be on your phone or something like that.
What kind of trash were you picking up?
Like any type of trash, like that people would throw around, like wrappers and stuff.
Did you ever find anything valuable in the trash? Or trying to pick up this trash, did you stumble upon something valuable?
Nah, but I remember one time I had this what actually got me started on like popping perks, cause I had found when we was cleaning up one time I had found a bottle of perks, like perk fives back then.
How many were in that bottle?
It was probably like 10 of them shits.
And did you know what they were at the time when you picked it up?
Nah, cause back then I expected like perks on the bottle to say like Percocet or something like that, but it said like some whole other shit. I forgot really I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like something acetaminophen and oxycodone. Yeah, so I had went home and just looked the shit up, and basically they said like it was like Percocets. So I just took them shits to the block and passing them shits out. It was like 4th of July, and I was just passing them shits out. And after that, I just started looking for them shits.
Passing them out, like just giving them away
Yeah,
to people that already were taking Percocets?
yeah.
And what was their reaction?
They was fucking with them shits.
Like they were saying to you, this is the real deal, this ain't a fake Percocet?
Yeah, shit like that, because it was like a real and a script bottle.
And you actually take one of them.
Yeah.
And what happened after you popped one? What did it do to you?
Shit,
What did you feel?
You just feel good. Like, I just felt like relaxed. Feel relaxed. Feel good.
Did you grow an addiction to them?
I wouldn't say I grew an addiction to them. I just like popping them because I always felt like when I was popping pills a lot, like I could stop at any time. I'd go like a whole week popping pills every day, then stop for like a couple weeks, then pick it back up.
Did this lead to popping other types of pills aside from perks?
Yeah, sometimes if I didn't have no perks to pop, I'd pop like Xans or something like that.
And what would you feel when you popped a Xan? A real Xan?
Yeah, Xans, Xans, I say them shit's more dangerous than really like any other pill that I ever popped because Xans, like, them shits that make you, I remember one time being on the phone with my mom off of Xan, and I was telling her a story, and then I fell asleep on the phone with her. She hung up, I woke up, and I didn't remember, and I called her and told her the same story, and she like, you just told me that. Facts, so them shits will make you forget, like, everything you was just doing, and make you fall asleep. All type of crazy shit, make you sleepwalk. Like I heard about motherfuckers catching murder charges and being in jail and don't even remember like how the fuck they got there. Like, that shit's dangerous.
So was that it for you, just perks and Xans?
Yeah.
But never got addicted to Xans either?
Nah. I actually probably only popped them shits a couple times and I ain't like that shit. Like, I ain't like not remembering what I just did. Like, that shit's scary. So I just stopped right there.
Now, what's your opinion on perks today? Is that something you still take at this moment?
No, I don't pop perks no more. I wouldn't recommend that shit because there's a lot of fake pills, fake pressed pills going around. So I wouldn't recommend nobody popping them shits.
Is that something you experienced as well, a fake pressed pill?
Yeah, I actually had like a near-death experience off of a fake press pill, off a couple pressed pills. Cause I like the day of my best friend's funeral, I had popped a couple pills, and it's like when you pop like a fake pill, a fake perk, it take longer to kick in. So I popped like probably two real perks, and I felt that, and then I was trying to get higher and pop like a couple, bought some more perks, and them shits ended up being fake, and I just kept popping them because I wasn't feeling higher. So kept popping them, and that shit like just all hit me at once. And I just ended up blacking out. And they said I was like foaming at the mouth and shit like that. Had to ended up going to the hospital, and they told me like if I didn't make it there like 5 minutes, if I made it there like 5 minutes later, I'd be dead right now.
What age was this when this happened to you?
I was 21. Yeah, 21.
And was this before you actually signed to Capilot?
Yeah. Like 4 months before.
This was even before you even had met Polo?
Nah. This
Oh.
was before I officially signed to the record label.
Okay, so you had already met Polo and was already in cahoots with him.
Yeah.
Did he know about this?
Yeah.
How did he react to the news of this scenario here?
He just called me like, he just, cause I think we was talking about something about music, or no, I was talking about coming out there to LA to meet him. And I had to wait like a couple days to book my flight because I was in the hospital and they wasn't trying to let me out. And I was telling him that. He was like, yeah, man, you gotta chill. Like, shit like that.
Do you know where you got these pills from? The fake pills?
Yeah, I got them off of somebody from around the block.
Do you confront this person about these pills that you took?
No, I ain't really confront him. I just play him at a distance. Like I just stopped fucking with him.
Do you warn others about this? That he's got these pills or that these pills exist?
Yeah, I be telling them, not like him specifically, but I would just be telling people like, yeah, like I don't fuck with like popping pills no more because them shits might be pressed, or just be cautious of popping pills because they might be pressed.
Do you think this person that you got them from, do you think he knows that they're fake?
No. That's why I don't really hold it against a lot of people because they don't even really know that the pills that they be selling be fake.
Which is another reason I was wondering if you even confront him about it.
Yeah.
To let him know, hey, you may be hurting some other people in the future. Maybe they could land in the hospital, or even they could die from these pills that he has.
Yeah. Nah, I ain't end up telling him because I don't think he really sell pills like a lot. So I think that was pretty much like a one-time thing. He just had them at the time and just sold me some.
Well, it is an assumption. You don't know unless you actually find out or say something to him.
Yeah.
But just a thought there.
Yeah.
How did they get you to not die? What does the hospital do to get you back to being normal?
It's a drug called Narcan that they give you. I don't know how I think they inject it into you or something. I don't really know. I never seen it before, but I know they told me they gave me like a whole lot of Narcan, and that basically stopped like the effect of like it stopped like an overdose basically, and help you breathe again, because what happens is like I think when you overdose off of, because the drug that people use in press pills is called fentanyl. So when you overdose off like fentanyl, you stop breathing. You stop breathing on your own. So I think it stop you, it help you breathe again, shit like that.
Now, do the people at the hospital actually question you about this? Do they say, hey, what did you take?
Yeah.
And were you honest with them? Do you tell them, hey, I took what I thought was, did you think these were perks? Is that what you thought they were?
Yeah.
And did you tell them, hey, I thought I took perks? And do they tell you, hey, these weren't real perks?
Yeah, they told me, I told them basically what happened. Like I was at the repast for my friend's funeral and I took some perks, and they was like, yeah, you came back with a lot of fentanyl in your system.
And that's how they knew you had taken something that was fake.
Yeah.
And that was your first time ever experiencing a fake pill?
Nah, it wasn't. It actually wasn't my first time experiencing fake pill. I had like a smaller like episode or something like that before, but it wasn't something I had to go to the hospital for. So I just kept doing it.
Kept doing that fake pill, or
Nah, I just kept popping pills. But after I went to the hospital, I like slowed down a lot off of that.
but that's how you knew the difference between a real perk and a fake perk. That delay there
Yeah,
is what you know as the fake stuff.
yeah,
But you never purposely took a fake pill.
nah.
It was kind of like a risk thing. Hey, maybe if you get a pill in the future, if it's fake, you can tell what it is and you know how to deal with it in a sense by maybe not popping more of them
Yeah,
after taking one and figuring out the delay. And because you didn't go to the hospital the first time, maybe you thought, hey, it's not a big deal. If I pop a fake one, no biggie.
yeah, basically.
But now that you experience this,
Yeah, I seen how real that shit could get. Like, I'm just thinking to myself, like, I could have just checked off of that shit. Like, that shit not worth it.
so you did slow down, but have you ever officially quit perks?
Yeah, I don't pop perks no more.
And how long did it take to recover?
I say like
How long did you have to stay in the hospital for?
I stayed in the hospital for like 2 extra days after that shit because cause I was throwing up and they said I had like water in my lungs, like throw up probably.
What was your mother's reaction to that?
They said she was crying. That's a big part of the reason why I stopped doing them too, because they said like she was crying all day. She was like sad. Cause there was just a lot going on at that time. So yeah.
Now, my original question before we even got down this rabbit hole of perks and pill popping and all that, my original question to you was, what was the most valuable thing that you might have found with the trash? And this was one of those things.
Yeah.
But did you ever find anything even more valuable than this when it came to
Nah.
picking up trash?
No, I think that was the most memorable thing.
What was the most disgusting thing that you had to pick up as far as trash?
Ooh, I remember, like one time, like when you take out the trash and shit, it's like a chance that it's gonna be maggots and that shit. And like it was raining. One time we had to go. Actually, fuck all that. It's like when you gotta take the real trash out and you gotta go in the trash truck and you gotta go get all the trash cans and dump all them shits in the trash truck and go empty the trash truck. You gotta go to the dump. And that shit stink. And it's all type of rats and maggots and that shit. And it's like, that shit crazy. Like, that's a whole different level of trash. Like, you probably never seen so much trash in your life.
What does the actual smell like? Are you able to describe it?
Hell nah, that shit smell like a million motherfuckers done went in there and died.
You ever actually, I mean, I don't know if this is an assumption or this is something that you've actually smelled, but have you ever smelled a dead body?
Hell no.
Okay. So more of an assumption.
Yeah.
An exaggeration.
Yeah.
But when you do have that smell of what all that the dump, right? Is that a smell that you actually take with you? Like, does it linger on your clothes and stuff like that, or no? Like, do you go home and you still smell like, quote unquote, the dump, or no?
I never really noticed. I don't think.
Like, sometimes when people work with fast food, you know, and they go home after working all day in fast food, they have that fast food smell to them.
Yeah, nah, but we'll only be there for like 15 minutes though, so but it's just them 15 minutes be terrible. But yeah, we only be there for like 15 minutes, so I don't think it's long enough for you to actually smell like that shit.
Now, any crazy stories, anything out of the norm other than what we talked about thus far with that particular job? I know we talked about the dump and we talked about the pills and that whole episode there, but anything else in regards to that job we didn't mention crazy, out of the norm aside from that stuff?
Nah, I just remember one time I was riding in a trash truck too, and it's like a golf course up there, and somebody was golfing and they hit like my windows down, and they hit like it was like from far too, like they hit the golf ball, and that shit hit the side of the rear view mirror, I think, or the what's that called on the side? I think it's the rear view mirror. It hit that.
The side mirror?
Yeah, the side mirror, and it almost hit me in the face. I think I probably could have got knocked out if that shit would have hit me or something.
But it didn't.
Nah,
Do you know who ended up shooting that golf ball?
nah.
Now, would you ever have to deal with customers at all? I don't even know if they have quote unquote customers at the park, but
Nah, not really.
what are they called? If they're not called customers, what do you call people that are at the park enjoying the park?
They call it patrons.
Patrons.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you ever deal with patrons?
Nah, not really.
Okay. No, not really means you did a little bit?
Yeah, I just like recommend them to like a supervisor though.
Oh. Ever shoot your shot with a patron?
Hell no.
Ever had a patron shoot their shot with you?
Nah.
Ever dated someone at the workplace?
Mm-mm.
What's your opinion of that? Dating dating a coworker, dating another employee? Did you have a policy of some sort? Were you against that or?
No, I'm not against it. I don't really see nothing wrong with it. I think that's kind of like dating somebody at school, like you're gonna see them every day.
How far along with music were you during this job?
I had like just started taking music serious when I got that job. I actually used to work there so that I could make money and pay for videos and stuff like that.
Would anyone ever notice you at your job as a recording artist?
Yeah, but I wasn't really that big yet, so they just knew I used to make music.
But they knew you made music because you had told them or they knew who you were based off of the music that you had already released?
I think like my mom boyfriend had showed them stuff like that.
Now, did you end up quitting or end up getting fired from that job?
Yeah, I quit. I actually quit the same day I dropped my the same day that Polo had hit me up and I had dropped that video and I was getting like label offers.
What video was this?
Freddy Cougar.
And what was your reason for quitting?
I just ain't. I thought that was it. Like I thought I was about to make it right there. I ain't gonna lie.
Did you?
Nah, I ain't ended up really making it till like a year later.
So looking back, did you wish you stayed at the job a little longer or what?
Nah, it was only a summer job anyway, so I was at like the end of that shit.
So you actually worked 2 summers in a row then?
Yeah.
And for time reference, it's June 2021 now.